having hub warehouses and eventually working with distribution companies, taking things out from our rich facilities and centers.
We may have to address the NIP side of things separately. I mean, this was truly set up for long distance situations, overnight kinds of things. Not that NIPS won't be doing that, but you've got different issues.
You want us to add that to our...
I think it ought to.
Is there any change in weight from harvest or at any point in the process which would make point G problematic?
No. What that is when you are transporting it, before you leave this building, you weigh it when you get to your destination.
That's okay.
That's okay.
First thing I see here is, like you said with the weather, if you got snowed in somewhere, where is this driver staying? Are they allowed to get a hotel room? Obviously, if you're snowed in on I-70, these criminals are probably not going to be able to come and gun you down in your hotel room because they're not going to be able to get to you. They're going to be at the next exit snowed off the highway as well. So I see that as an issue that you're going to need to allow for weather-related off-premises occasional location, like a Holiday Inn or something. But I mean, everyone in this room has probably spent a night somewhere between here and San Francisco in a hotel room off of I-80 or off of I-70. And so I think that should be...
Yeah, emergencies are definitely something we're going to have to address.
Right, but I think this doesn't really leave any, my delivery route goes on a 2-day route that goes to Telluride and Durango. And when they're down there, they have to spend the night somewhere, everything's locked in the truck. But, I prefer them to keep it in the refrigerated truck than to bring it into the hotel room.
Yes, excuse me. So my issue was regarding the testing, when it says things shall remain packaged in a transparent, getting back to the testing of the products. Is there, I could see possibly that we may be doing random testing on product that is already packaged and having to open up the sealed package to test it, and then all of a sudden it's not sealed, and we're here into what's the story with opening up this package. But just making the connection between the right labeling and the testing with the packaging that we've just opened up.
You're clairvoyant, Doc. We're going to get to that one. Rachel?
We also have several concerns from the perspective of Colorado's local governments. We also share your concern about the security of the trucks. Some of the other concerns that we have are whether or not there's statutory authority to create a new license. Another concern is whether or not there's a local option for zoning and kind of how that would interact with local zoning codes as well as local licensing regulations that they may have in place. And then the last thing that we're concerned about are municipalities that have opted out of retail establishments, of retail medical marijuana establishments. How would this warehousing interact? Would they then, would this preempt that local opt-out?
Good point.
Unless I missed it, this doesn't really allow for transfer of product from one MNC to another. I think that needs to be covered as well, because if you're talking only about within one license, and I think that because the 30% that you are allowed to sell and transport from MNC to MNC needs to be covered. And the clause on G about pre-sealed packaging is set at primary licensed premises. Are you referring to the MNC there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and we
whether it's
clarify
mine
that.
or someone else's, like that, going back and forth, that would be.
And again, the intent was, when I drafted this, what I was looking at is the relationship between the grow and the center. I wasn't looking at NIPS. I wasn't looking at center to center. is strictly that relationship between a grow house and a center. If your grow wasn't located within, driving distance, those kind of things. We do need to make exceptions for emergencies. Absolutely, I think local government has issues. Security is a huge piece for this, as I said. But when I drafted this, it was purely to address the relationship between the center and the grow zone. The other kinds of things we do need to address, and I think there's another place for that. Matt?
What are the requirements going to be for the warehouse storage permit? Is that just for the warehouse facility, or is that for the transportation of marijuana from one facility to another?
What was contemplated is it would have to be a licensed facility, just like any other place. We would issue a license or a permit as opposed to a license. They would have to have possession of it, control of it. It would have the same visual security requirements as everything else, any other premises. So it's not something that I see being used once a year because of the costs associated with it. It's truly those things that, as harvests occur for long distance grows, that they'll have to store it at a halfway point or something like that.
And under that framework, I think we should add or discuss some type of proof of delivery, some type of invoice that can be carried by the person transporting the marijuana to protect both the center and the optional premises. And that way, that'll also give law enforcement or whomever this person comes across, that will give them, both those parties, some type of ability to identify that this is a legitimate transportation going on. That'll provide proof to that person in the car. Also, law enforcement will be able to see that that is a legitimate operation as well. It will also then alleviate issues that might result from perhaps somebody, we'll call him a broken arrow, who goes from Denver. He's supposed to go from Denver to Grand Junction, but somehow finds himself at a house in Trinidad, kind of outside, the emergency. We would also share CML's concerns. This does seem to create a completely different licensee, and obviously have our objections to that, and also piggyback on some questions that raises about the local option.
Two things. One, all of our employees will have to be background checked and having some sort of tag identifying them.
Sure.
So with the driver's license and with this tag, that they have to have on them while they're driving, would that not be, enough to represent a third license just for driving purposes? Second of all, one of the things you said talk about here is a clear storage bag. While I'm transporting product currently, I put it into a container that nobody can see into, just for purposes of, obviously, I don't want people walking by and seeing this thing. So,
yeah, it needs to be out of it. I thought there was something there that out of plain view or something like that. The intent is that you don't want, if you're pulled over, you're stopped by CSP, you don't want to rip the bags open, validated product. They want to be able to look at it, but it should be out of the public view.
right. So maybe
I can clarify that.
So maybe the product is in a clear bag, but yet the clear bag is in something that's not a bag itself.
And could I suggest subparagraph B that instead of the word title, simply use the word ownership, because there isn't a real title per se. If people don't wonder where's my title.
He's trying to drum up some business for DMV.
I know.